Meeting to order. All right, item number 2, discuss possibly approve the minutes of the December 8th, 2020 regular meeting.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
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 All right, item number 3 is mayor's report.
Chairman, you have the sales tax, the use tax, and I believe you also have the tobacco tax
Yes.
items in there. What I've done is I've added those items up together. I've annualized those like I normally do. And after 7 months, we're showing annualized, if it stays strong like it has been, for us to receive somewhere around $10,500,000. And so the sales tax report, that's staying strong. The use tax report, it jumps around quite a bit. It's a little bit down this month. The tobacco tax, that continues to grow a little bit or stay flat. Anyway, we should be on track to bring into our coffers somewhere around $10,500,000 by the end of the fiscal year.
Does it look like we're gonna have any more construction going on, or is that,
Yes,
okay, that's gonna bring our use tax up then?
it should. Now, I anticipate not only construction at the district, which I think is what you're referring to, but also.
Well, anywhere around, I had heard that maybe they had shut down some at the client or the customer or whatever we're calling them this today. But is that, have you heard anything about where they're gonna restart their building out there?
The district has plans to start their multifamily.
No, I'm talking about across the street,
You're talking.
south.
The old Gatorade building?
I have. Let's see.
We're not supposed to call them by their name anymore.
Yeah. So I don't know. That would be the best thing for me to say is I'm
Okay.
not sure.
All right.
I'm not sure.
If that starts up, then we'll be back in.
I do know that residential construction will continue. Until the end of the fiscal year.
It looked
So
like they were
I'm
clearing
encouraged
out some land out by the district fairly recently,
Yes, ma'am.
so.
Yes, ma'am. Any other questions? Thank you.
Item number 4 is mid-year budget review. Hello.
I gave you all one of these. For selected funds, we basically are looking at where we are at middle of the year. The first one is the general fund, and you can see that the revenues, we've collected about 4.3 million, but I estimate only about 3.4 million or so, because some of that was one-time revenue, the COVID money,
Right.
the school, 200,000 for the officers, that's just a one-time thing. Our expenditures by department, as you can see, our remaining budgets in all those departments are well over 50%, except for one, and that's a small department, but it's the attorney, so I'm not sure why, but sometimes if you use the attorney more, you pay more. Year-to-date expenditures in total for the general fund are 3.6 million. And our total budget was 10 million, so we still have 6.4. Not that I would recommend spending it all. But if you actually took the current revenue plus the estimated and then doubled our year-to-date expenditure, you would still come up with about a $400,000 net gain for the year. Okay, so the general fund is doing pretty well so far. And I think there have been maybe some capital outlay out of there that was a one-time deal.
We're planning one, the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Chamber of Commerce roof.
Street and drainage is the next one. We have collected about $835,000, about the same I'm estimating for the next 6 months. We have spent a lot of money, but we've done a lot of street work. About, $900,000 or something like that.
Right.
So, which explains why it shows we only have 40%, but
So some of that expenditure was actually expenditure planned for last year.
right, but we did spend it this year, and so, I mean,
We
it
have
comes out of
spent
our
it
fund
this year's
balance.
budget.
So actually, we have 2.2 million in the bank, or net fund balance at the end of the year. So that fund is still fairly healthy.
Right.
Okay.
And most of our most of our road construction, everything is probably completed by now.
Yes, the road
Until the start of
construction's
next year.
completed. We have the drainage component that there are 2 projects, and that should stay within budget.
Okay, the golf course actually looks, next one, relatively healthy, relatively so, which is, they actually had a net of 125,000 fund balance. It's hard to say with them,
Right.
it's hard to predict, but at the moment, they are looking pretty good.
The weather component has been very, very favorable
Absolutely.
for the processes at the golf course.
And they can't predict that that's gonna happen.
Wish we could.
Yeah, yeah. I did also few other funds, the capital outlay. Now, I know one of the items on here is to adjust or the budget, because I think we based upon that calculation error. But I use the budget until, that's set there until we actually change that. But we spent 436,000 out of there for the year to date. It all depends upon which projects you're going to spend, but you do have 323,000 in the bank. And I do estimate another 272,000 of revenue for the rest of the year. So that gives you another about 600,000 of total available to spend. Not that I'm suggesting you spend it all, but it's there.
Right.
Okay. The rec center, the revenues haven't met the expenditures for the first 6 months, and I'm not sure if that's because of all that's going on with the COVID and whatnot. But their fund balance is $1.4 million. So they're still in a good, healthy position at this time. If we get past the COVID, then those revenues may come back up. Okay?
They've done a lot of work too.
Yeah, oh yeah, they spent some extra money, I think, on there, but yeah. Now the sinking fund there, that is we don't actually have a budget for that really, to be honest with you. I mean, I guess we do, but basically that is scheduled by the bank. The bank takes the money as it on their schedule, and so it goes in there and we pay it, and that's just that. But we have $1 million in there, and looks like it's earning about 540-some thousand every 6 months from the sales tax. So actually, that's pretty good. Because I'm not sure, how long is that bond scheduled to be paid out?
If it goes to term, it'll be 2034.
See, and at that rate, it could be paid off a lot sooner. We'll see. And then the Main Street Bond Fund, that's the money coming from the sales tax for Main Street. We haven't had any expenditures yet, but it's earning about 28,000 a year, 6 months for sales tax. So you have money set aside for that, for whatever purpose that Main Street will go to. Okay, so all in all, the city is looking in pretty good shape. I don't see anything that screams, "Oh my God, we need to change," but which is good. Do you have any questions or anything?
I don't have any questions.
No, not at this time.
You answered everything I had.
Okay, Mayor, do you have anything?
No, I think you covered it very well. Thank you.
Okay. And of course, if there's any ever questions, generally you know where to find me.
Thank you.
Until
Okay.
what,
Thank
April,
you.
May?
Huh?
I said we know where you are until about April, May?
Well, yeah, and
Right.
actually lately, it's been home or work, home. I don't go anywhere. So I'm around.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
So item number 5, discuss possibly recommend council action regarding adjustment of the capital outlay budget.
I'll
Have
make
a
that
motion.
motion.
Second?
Okay. Mayor?
If I may, I would like to recommend to the budget personnel and on the council, as far as the capital outlay budget, that we watch it closely. I think we're probably going to expend some funds from capital. We're going to expend some funds from other accounts rather than the capital outlay account. If we change our budget, that perhaps would require refiling with the county, and we would probably maybe want to avoid that. I would like for us to consider, instead of making any changes to the capital outlay budget, as far as the numbers go, just to really watch how we spend out of the capital outlay budget. And so I've got my eye on that. I'm very happy if you ask me to give a report about the capital outlay budget each month. If you'd like for me to do that, I'd be more than happy to do that. But at this point, I would rather not make any adjustments to it. I would rather just watch it closely and perhaps choose not to spend some of those items that have been budgeted to spend.
Do you have any idea what you think we'll have at the end of the year in that budget, in capital outlay, with what you're planning on spending?
Let me find my notes here. That would be line 44. And if you'd like to look on your page 29 in the budget packet there that you have. For instance, the building inspector item that 24 or 5429, that's $35,000 for a new pickup. We can forego that expenditure this year without any trouble. The parks capital outlay, that's an item that we can save $125,000 out of that particular item that was budgeted by spending the next item on the agenda out of another account, which I'll have a proposal about that.
Okay.
So to answer your question, Mr. Shropshire,
Yeah, I was just kind of getting an idea of where we would be at the end of the year with the projects that we have
yeah.
scheduled.
So removing somewhere around $180,000 from the expenditure side, from that total, whatever that would add up to. That's what my plan would be.
Okay.
I don't want to, excuse me, I don't want to inhibit the animal shelter component there. There are needs there that we want to
Absolutely.
try to take care of. The police equipment capital outlay, that needs to stay in place. We know that the police equipment capital outlay is not going to spend that much, the amount that we have budgeted, just by virtue of the fact of the lease on some of the equipment. So that's going to come down substantially. The fire department capital outlay portion, $200,000 of that will pay over to a revenue account number 45-0004202, eventually. We'll do that toward the end of the year. And so on the fire capital outlay, after considering the items that are on the agenda tonight, they would have a balance of about $35,000. And if I know BK and his crew, he has needs that he plans on probably spending that, so. So at this time, I would rather not place us in a position to refile our budget with the county and to keep that, keep it all in place and just really watch how we spend out of that.
I would agree. There was clearly some issues that were caught, and I think they were all caught early enough that we can mitigate everything without readjusting and having to go through that process, especially after the mid-year review puts us in the position what we're in currently. I would be in favor of leaving it as it is and watching it carefully.
I agree. So do we take no action?
There's no action on that, just discussion. Anything else, Mayor?
Not on that item.
Item number 5, discuss possibly recommend council action, I apologize. Item number 6, discuss possibly recommend council action regarding determining account for roofing project at the Chamber of Commerce building in the amount of $51,444 to Allowine Roofing and Construction Incorporated, originally approved through General Fund Capital Outlay Account 02-201-5411.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Madam Chairman, after reviewing all of the different possibilities of how we might take that expenditure, I still believe that spending that out of the general government capital outlay item 215411 would be the best way to do that. The other items that I've considered is real property acquisition. I would rather not do repairs out of real property acquisition. That real property acquisition account is for the purpose of acquiring real property.
Right.
And there are some, excuse me, there are some possibilities that we would need to retain that, the amounts in that account for that purpose.
This is a project that needs to be done. The roof is in very poor condition.
Yeah.
If we spend it out of that capital outlay account, we're gonna be right under $700,000
Yeah.
in that account.
So that is well funded. We consider that when we build the budget each year.
Right.
We fund in that capital outlay account for this purpose, for this purpose. So I see no reason why we should not use it for that purpose.
What account did you say, Mayor?
That's the account 02-201-5411, which is the account that is listed on the agenda.
I don't have concerns with taking it out of that account, especially with the project that needs to be done with what would be left over in that capital outlay. I still think that it's just a matter of watching closely future projects.
Yep.
Any other discussion?
None.
Nope.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Item number 7, discussion, possible action. Discuss, possibly recommend council action regarding determining account for new restrooms at Whitaker Park in the amount of $163,900 to Magnum Construction Incorporated, originally approved through Parks Capital Outlay Account 44455415. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I will eventually get all the words out, so I apologize.
Not a problem.
Madam Chairman, you have in your packet an email that I had sent to Mr. Ritchie regarding whether or not it's sweet and legal to spend out of
Correct.
the bond funding account. His reply was that after he checked with bond counsel, was that yes, we can do that. If I can draw your attention to page 51 in the budget, on the budget pages that you have there, that's the balance sheet that shows funds that have built over time that we have in that bond fund. Right now, the fund balance is $704,306.54. The total assets in that fund on the balance sheet is $1,063,039.64. And if you would turn please to page 52. This is the revenue tracking month by month coming into that account. And you see that it has, with sales tax and interest, $544,000. That shows monies that have come in year to date toward that account. The next page, page 53, is the expenditure account, the expenditure sheet with compared to the budget. You can see that the interest expense, the bond principal, those are monies that we are paying monthly to pay our debt.
Correct.
To pay our debt. The net revenue over expenditures for the month of December was $89,252.61. For the year, the net revenue over expenditures in that account is $358,733.10. In order for us to perhaps consider spending money for one of those we called non-exclusive projects, which was the Whitaker Park restroom, out of that account, then we would need to create another line item in that account, which would be an expenditure line item. And I'm proposing that we amend item 7 on the agenda tonight to read this way: discuss, possibly recommend council action regarding determining the expenditure account 87875-5431 for new restrooms at Whitaker Park in the amount of $162,900 to Matting Construction Incorporated, originally approved through Parks Capital Outlay account 444455415. So amending that item to include an expenditure account and to spend the money to pay for that project then out of the 87 account, which is well-funded.
And what did you say that account number
Yeah.
was?
Yeah.
87875-5431. Now, the 5431 would be a new account number that we would set up specifically for the purpose, and it would be called the Whitaker Park restroom account.
Correct.
Did I go through that too fast?
No,
I
sir.
think we have it now.
All right. I don't have any questions on that. You answered them prior to this meeting. As far as how would that affect the other projects that we have going on, it doesn't appear that that's gonna be the case.
No, ma'am.
Any other discussion?
No, we're good with that.
All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, next item. Discuss, possibly recommend council action regarding hiring Dusty Hopper to fill vacant position at the Parks Department at Range D, Step 1, annual wage $32,534, effective January 20th, 2021. I have a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? I don't have any. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Item number 9, discuss possibly recommend council action regarding promotion of cemetery employee Charles Brutch from range C, step 3 to range D, step 3, annual wage $36,601, effective January 20th, 2021.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Did I pronounce his name correctly?
Brooke.
Brooke, thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Item number 10, discuss possibly recommend council action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $2,375.86 to Stryker for the purchase of one Life Pack 1000 and electrode packs for the Pryor Creek Fire Department at state bid price from Fire Capital Outlay Account 4444554422.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
You wanna come and tell us about this, BK?
Actually, engine three's, AED that we carry on that truck, it finally phased out.
Okay.
So this is replacing that one on the truck. These are the same ones that we switched, Eva's got them up here at City Hall, the rec center switched over to these, so their pads, if my guys show up and for some reason we've used that AED, we can take those pads, hook them right into ours. Then ours will also go to Mesta, or Mesta can come here, so we're all kinda getting.
So they're all interchangeable.
Yeah, so they'll all, the pads, once you put them on a person, they should be able to stay there all the way to the hospital kind of deal, so. We switched over to these and had good luck with them, so,
Awesome.
but yeah, it's just replacing one that's phased out on engine 3.
And they actually go out of date too, don't they?
Yeah, they still work and everything else, but like anything in our service, everything's got a timestamp on it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's where that one was, which they do get into an issue with just batteries and stuff like that, and then, but, these new ones, this one right here should get me through the rest of mine.
Okay, that works.
Yeah. But no, they interact with everybody else in the counties, or Mestas and our other agents.
Good.
Awesome. Any other discussion for that? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Number 11, discuss possibly recommend council action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $17,625 to Casco for the purchase of one Bauer Legacy 13 breathing air compressor and installation startup at state bid price from Fire Capital Outlay Account 4444554422. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
And we knew this was coming when we switched to those MSA packs. We went up to 4,500 PSI. Our old packs were 2216. The compressor we got now, we can run it up there, but we're flirting with 4,500. This new compressor will put us to where we can fill those cylinders in those 6,000 that are your all's next item. The guys can actually plug them in and we can fill, 15, 20 cylinders when we come back. Now, the way we're going, we're having to fill the cylinders we got to the max. We can fill 1, maybe 2 cylinders. Then we're having to let the system run, and we're real hard on that system, and it's an old system anyway. So
Okay.
we knew it was coming. We just kind of strung the one we got as long as we could, kind of deal. But
Is this new in a cascade system or, okay?
yeah,
So the
yeah,
cool,
it'll have a 4 bank, and the banks will actually be 6,000. The cylinders we got now, we're actually renting from Air Gas because we bumped those up from our old ones to try to help the guys out a little bit.
Mhm.
So we're paying a monthly fee to Air Gas just for rental, so, and I don't like that either, but,
yeah.
so, once we get these, but like I said, it was just something kinda to nurse it along, but with the bigger cylinders, we'll be able to fill that, and we fill a lot of cylinders for everybody in the county being the seat, so if
Yeah.
PD or county brings their little pepper guns to us, we can fill those up. We're usually around 3,000 to 3,300.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll just be able to do a lot more, just a bigger compressor and everything.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's good.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Number 12, discuss possibly recommend council action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $8,380 to Casco for the purchase of one Bauer 4-bank 6,000 PSI UN cylinder and 2 wall mount retainers at state bid price from Fire Capital Outlay Account 4444554422.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion?
No, that's
I
the
was
rest
gonna
of
say,
it.
you kinda went
Yeah.
over it, thank you.
That's the rest of the equipment you need.
All right, any questions, anything? Nope. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Petitions from the audience? No known unforeseeable business. Number 15, adjournment.
I'll make a motion to.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 You're adjourned.